Hey guys, it's Brittany, and I'm back. So this week has totally kicked my ass. My second class started for the semester, and it's a 7-week class, and I don't know if you've ever taken a class that's 7 weeks long, but wow, they do cram in the work. So I've been doing that. It's taking forever. I'm reading all the time. And then we have a new neighbor. So my beautiful, perfect apartment now has this neighbor that gets effing high all day long, and I can't even open the front door. And then when you complain, he'll lie his ass off about it. So we're dealing with that, and it's so effing annoying. And, if you smoke weed, that's fine. I don't care. Just smoke it in your apartment so that when I want to open my balcony, I'm not getting high too. Because, I just don't need that. I just don't want my apartment smelling like skunks. And he totally just acted like flabbergasted that he was getting accused of that. Little liar. So that happened. And then I have a class today, and so I don't know. I think I've mentioned it before. I'm so not techie. I just don't know a lot about technology. I can do things, for work or, learn different programs, learn to use computers. Yeah, that's fine. But today I had to use Microsoft Teams. Easy to use, great program. But one, I'm already awkward anyway, so I don't like to be on camera that way. And two, so it was my turn. You can raise your hand in there. And you have to basically ask a question to get credit, I think. So I just asked this random question. But I managed to screw up the entire, setting of the thing, and the whole class was like, whoa, it messed up, and I don't know, and then the teacher's like, yeah, I can't, the professor was like, I can't do, and it changed it all up, and who is this and that, and then someone was like, Brittany, I think you pressed sharing screen, or whatever she said. I mean, she was sweet about it, but I was like, I don't know what that is, guys. I'm sorry, I don't know how I did that. It was so embarrassing. And at the end of it, it's the first time seeing any of these people, seeing the teacher, everything, because normally, it's mostly online. And I was just like, sorry, everyone. I didn't mean to mess up the settings. I mean, they didn't care. They were good sports. But, I mean, if that ain't my life, then I don't know what is. Because that is me every day, something like that. So no wonder, sometimes I wonder if I learned introverts just so I don't have to be embarrassed all the time. So horrible. And then on a darker note, and I'm so upset about this, so there was a pop-up bar that came into town. It's called Muggless Bar, and if you're not aware, that is a Harry Potter bar. And I think they travel around. I'm not really sure. All I know is that they're right down the street. I can probably see it if I know where to look. And I was so excited. I got tickets, because you have to get tickets because it's only here for a short period of time. I got tickets, 4 tickets. Me, my boyfriend, his 2 kids. Because it's not a bar in the middle, during the day. It just turns into a bar at night. So I wanted to take them so, his daughter loves Harry Potter like I do. Well, it turns out, not only did it fill up, but I bought tickets, and I thought, oh my God, I can't believe it's perfect. No, I got the wrong time. I got 11:30 p.m. slot, not 11:30 a.m. slot. So not only, kids can't even get in at that time. So then I emailed them. They were really nice and helpful, but I was like, can you please just let us come earlier that day? Please. They still didn't let us. They had some openings, but it's midday, during the week. And I really want to go, but I feel bad if I just go by myself. So I'm so bummed that I don't get to go to this bar because they have drinks with like the smoke that comes out of them. Oh my God, it's so cool. And they have like I don't know what it is, but all I know is that I was so excited about it. And now I can't go, and I had picked the wrong time, and I waited too long, and I'm just so upset. Like, I was looking forward to it. And I never want to leave the apartment, so I was really bummed out about that. And then, I know first world problems, but still. And then, like, after election, there's no telling what's going to happen. Like, people are actually boarding up their businesses because these people are just unpredictable now. You just don't even know what happens. Like, even if Trump loses, like, you still, like, there might still be some craziness that happens. Like, no, you just don't know. So, I don't know. You can't even plan a trip right now. It just really bums me out. And so I was really looking forward to just walking down the street, but hopefully my boyfriend can do his charm and, like, he wants to, like, walk down there and talk to them. And I just can't do that. I don't have the guts to do that. And, because, like, I'm such a nervous, awkward person, because even, like, with our neighbor knowing, like, he can't be smoking pot all effing day and, like, putting it in the hallway and in everybody's apartments, right? But, like, now he knows, and I'm pretty sure he knows it was us. And so now I'm scared that I'm going to run into him or something, because I don't like confrontation. And so this is this awkward thing. It sucks. But, like, anyway, like, Armando's willing to go down to this bar and, like, talk to them and try to charm them. And he is charming. He is so charming. I can never do that. Like, I kind of want him to go, like, alone, because I don't want to stand there, like, awkwardly and be like, you know what, never mind, bye. Because I just want to cry. Yeah, that's what's been going on with me. School is interesting. All I need to do is read this chapter, because I need to, guilt my sister into doing an assignment with me tomorrow. She doesn't know, but I need to read this chapter so I can prepare for this video, because, we do mock videos, and, like, that's all I need to do. And you know what I'm doing instead? I was like, I want to do my podcast. Like, maybe I have something to talk about. This seems more fun than reading the book. It's so boring. Like, I don't want to do it. I've been doing so much schoolwork, and it was funny because my boyfriend's off getting his hair cut right now, and, like, he goes to this bougie place, and he's getting, like, pampered. Yeah, I know. There's something effing wrong with this picture. I haven't gotten a haircut or anything in months, but anyway, that's beside the point. He's off doing that. But before he left, he's like, well, what are you going to do? And I was like, I'm going to shave. He was shaving when he did. I was like, I'm going to read my chapter. I need to get chapter 8. I need to read it. And he was just like, oh, okay. And he's like, gosh, sometimes I just feel like you're having an affair, though. And I was like, what? And he was kind of kidding. And he was just like, well, it's like all of a sudden you're doing all this homework and I'm, like, out being busy. He's like, you can do whatever you want. I was like, you literally have to make me leave the apartment. Otherwise, I would never ever leave. We just started dying laughing because it's so true. He's like, I know. He's like, you never want to leave. You just want to be in your sweatpants all day. And he's true. I do. I don't want to go out there. And now that it's cold, I've lost all motivation. All of it. I can't. It's like the end of the world is here because it's 50 degrees outside. I don't know why. Like, I was on such a roll. I even lost not 8 pounds. Probably like 5 or 6 pounds. And isn't that, like, great? And I was so happy for myself. You know what I did after I found that out? I baked cookies and I haven't worked out for the past 2 days. And wine. Like, I love wine. So, that's what I've been drinking. And doing homework. And so it's just such a weird reaction, right? Because you would think I would have been like, yeah, girl, let's keep going. We're starting to see a difference. And then it got cold out, and I was like, no, I don't want to do anything. I want to sit here and be mad because it's cold outside. So that's where I am with that, but I'm still proud of myself for losing the weight. Oh, excuse me, hold on, I need to take a drink. Yeah, it's beer, and but it's like 4 p.m. But I had to have mimosa earlier today to get on my call because I was so scared. When I tell you I have like social anxiety, it is real. And I know like anybody like remember saying, is this you going to school to be a therapist? Yeah, but we'll see how it goes. Not all therapists are, they think they're not human, but they definitely are. Excuse me, that was gross. I'm a little congested. But yeah, it's been a weird like week, I guess, or 2 weeks maybe. I don't know. I could have sworn my boyfriend had his period. So, but I think he's better now. Or maybe I was just in a mood. It's really hard to tell. But it's just been really weird. I haven't been able to be on like social media that much because it's like pissing me off because people are stupid and then like I said that I hit walls, especially when I start to make like some momentum, just like it just said with my exercising, like I like stopped, right? I stopped. Why? Because it got cold. I guess that's why. I don't really know, but so, and I think I'm hitting this wall again. And then I just get like bummed out and lazy, which is weird because, I'll start moving forward, but I just think it's like some kind of hook in me, right? I think it's just something's holding me back, which that something is me, obviously. But now that I'm aware of it, because this is a cycle I've probably done my entire life, right? And it's like really affecting my life now. And I'm so aware of it. And so I'm trying to just kind of push through it. Like, I know I need to work out. Like, I know I need to keep going. I don't need to be drinking wine every day. Like, and I do. I'll fall back into it and just get into that, little routine. And then I'll get bummed out and I get fat again, or lazy or depressed. Yeah, of course you're going to be depressed if you drink all the wine and then wake up feeling like ass every day. Like, no secret. And so I'm really trying to break myself out of it, but it's like I see the wall and I'm pushing and like I'm just like, ah. So it's just like this weird place that I'm in. And I had wrote a little something down earlier this morning on my website, and it kind of just describes all that. It's just kind of like I'm trying to be consistent, except I feel myself not being consistent, and it's just so frustrating. And I'm trying to like navigate it, and I don't know. I don't know how, right? And I know it's my procrastination. I need to read this chapter 8. All I have to do is read chapter 8 and it'll help me like a ton with my assignment tomorrow. And what am I doing? I'm doing this. I could have been done reading this, but I haven't even really started. Well, I did. I'm like, look, I'm flipping through it. Oh, I got a long way to go, but maybe when the boyfriend is building the table, I'll just read this. I don't know. Hopefully we stay in. I am staying in. Hopefully he doesn't want to go anywhere. But, and then I mentioned this before, I'll get online. Like my Instagram was it was full of the like yoga people that I love to follow for years. And I mentioned this before, but my gosh, their entitlement is insane, and I am just in awe. I don't even look at their stuff anymore because I cannot stand it. I can't stand the way people differ in their opinions, and then they condemn you for yours, and they're just like, and then these people that can't even, I already got into it, I'm not going to get into it again, but it's just more and more of them are coming out, right? But I guess in a way it's good because I'm not, I don't have to surround myself with that. But it's just sad, it's sad that people can't even have a different opinion, but I won't get back into that again. But something that I did want to mention was, there's this whole movement, and it's probably pretty much the New Age movement. And I'm not going to even say I didn't get sucked into that because I definitely did. But, the whole love and light and positive thinking and positive feelings and being happy every day, I did that for a long time. And I thought, if I can just get through this, then I'll start to feel, kind of fake it till you make it. And I think in some ways that works for some people, but for me, not so much. And I can remember a point where I was just trying to forgive, I'd been hurt so much. And I had been, betrayed so badly by more than one person, and my heart was broken and people were hurting me. People were mean to me. People, just left me to fend for myself, and I had no one at one point. And I can remember in that time, I guess I read something, or I don't know. I don't even know what I was doing, but all I know is that I was just like, this is going to pass. These people didn't know what they were, they're not aware. It's my job to forgive, and I'm not going to carry this anger. I love them. I send them my forgiveness. I send them my love, and, all this crap, right? It's not crap. I think I meant well. I didn't want to hurt, and I didn't want anyone else to hurt either. And I think that's commendable, right? But the problem is that I was hurting. And I was hurting really bad. And I was just kind of, not giving that pain justice by saying, they didn't mean it. You'll be fine. But, I mean, what does that say to me in the way I take care of myself, right? Because here I am hurting. Someone broke my heart. Multiple people broke my heart, right? Or betrayed me or lied to me or just, whatever happened. It's a number of things, but I'm here it is. My heart is broken and nobody is there but me. And I say, it's not that big of a deal. It'll be all right. Ouch. No, it is a big deal. I'm hurting and I'm allowed to be hurt and I'm allowed to, cry and acknowledge those feelings. And I think that's something that we really, really need to start doing more of. The problem is that people are all like, oh, love and light, this and that, and peace and joy. But let's be honest. Let's look at the world right now. There's not peace or joy. Maybe somewhere, somehow, you don't see a lot of it right now. And you sadly really have to look for it, which is irritating in itself. But, you have to... You have to start being real with yourself. And not only are you supposed to be real with yourself, you need to be real with other people. We live in this time where, you're not allowed to hurt people's feelings. And no, that's not true. Certain people aren't allowed to offend other people, but it's not necessarily, vice versa. There's just so many rules out there, right? But if we're fighting for free speech, then, that means we have to accept all speech and not just the things that we agree with, right? So if everybody's allowed to say what they want, then, that has to be universal. We can't pick and choose. That's not what freedom of speech is. And I think a lot of people have lost sight of that. And, we're stuck in this little... I don't even know what you call it. But it's just suddenly, if it hurts someone's feelings, you're going to get in trouble for it or you're going to get canceled for it. But the thing is like the world is not an easy place to be. We're not born into this perfect world where everything works out for us. And it doesn't matter if someone seems like they had the perfect life or the worst luck. You know, we're all having battles. I mean, that's obvious. But it's almost like some people are so caught up in their emotions that they're losing sight of everything. I think you should feel your emotions. You should definitely not run away from them. But you also have to learn to take responsibility for them. You have to, you know, yeah, something might hurt you, but it's your job to, you know, deal with that in a respectable, mature manner. You know, go out and throw a tantrum because you don't like what someone said. That's insane. But, you know, and the same goes for, you know, be respectful. Like, when did that become so hard to do? Like, when did it become so hard to be kind? How did we get here? You know, I don't think the world is as divided as it seems. I think in some areas it is, but honestly, I don't go to the news for my view of the world because, you know, clearly that's a mess in itself. But, you know, I think people should really take the time to, man, that was a loud noise. People should really take the time to, you know, yeah, maybe this, you know, did upset me. Wow, why don't I check in with myself and see what might be going on there? Because this whole mentality where we're blaming everybody for everything, it's not going to work forever. You can't blame everybody for everything. You have to take responsibility. And, you know, I made so many mistakes. And yeah, sometimes I am hard-headed. And I'm like, no, I will not budge. It's why some of our fights with my boyfriend are so horrible. Like, it makes him so mad. And I'm just so hard-headed. You know, but I don't do it with everything. If I'm wrong, if I make a mistake, I can most of the time admit to that. And I just hate that we live in a world where we're not taking responsibility and we feel like, well, I personally don't think anybody owes me anything. And unfortunately, I can't say that for most of my generation. Like, you cannot, like, for example, like one of the bigger examples was, you know, when I got out of college, I found a job. It wasn't the best paying one, but, you know, it was a job and I was happy to have it. And I know that, you know, you have to, when you start a job, you gotta, you know, sometimes start at the bottom. Work your way up. Prove yourself. Prove your worth. You know, if you want that kind of job. I'm learning now that I don't. It just never works out for me. But ultimately, you know, yeah, just because you have a college degree, it doesn't mean that you get to start at the top. And I know, like, even with my dad's job, you know, my dad's worked his entire life. He's a hard worker, a good worker. I've learned a lot from my dad. But you get these little assholes that get out of college, all they were is in a classroom, and they need to get paid an insane amount of money to sit in an office to make rules for people in their jobs, and they have no idea what they're doing. And that's the problem with, you know, the working, you know, class or whatever you call it. And it makes me so mad, and it's so frustrating how entitled people have become. And I just, but I do think that with COVID hitting and people losing their jobs and other people, you know, while they are hiring, I think it kind of knocked everybody down a few pegs. And you'll find the people who will do the job, even if they took a, you know, 30-40% pay cut. But they're still doing the job, and they're doing more work than they were before. And I can remember, you know, before I knew some people, like before COVID, they were getting paid an insane amount of money and barely doing anything at all. And they knew it. And for me, I was getting the shittiest paycheck. And I was working so hard and I was stressed out and everything sucked, you know? And I was just like, this sucks. Like, this is unfair. And I think there's something wrong in the world, you know? But now it's not like that. Like, I think now it's like evening out and it's kind of like knocked people down a few pegs. And I'm not saying like, you know, you need to know your worth. You need to know your power, things like that. But I don't think, not in terms of, you know, working. I think you did, like, I'm talking about in terms of like, you know, life and spiritual growth and things. Now, I mean, this might sound contradicting, but, you know, like right now, I want to work. I want to make money. I want to have a paycheck. I want to, you know, be able to be, you know, stable and things like that. Like financially independent, of course. I don't want to have to rely on anyone. But at the same time is I have settled for most of my life. You know, like there have been a few things that worked out for me, like, and I couldn't believe it. And even then I was like, wow, I can't believe, you know, these great things, you know, but it shouldn't be that way. Like my mental, like the way my mind works, you know, I'm not giving myself enough credit. So instead of applying for jobs that, you know, maybe I think I'm not good enough for, I apply for these really, really crappy ones. And have you ever job hunted and applied for really, really crappy jobs that you didn't even want, and then you don't even get them anyway? That is a whole level of rejection. That's a whole new level of rejection. And it hurts. And like, I don't know, I'm just like in this weird place where, you know, I think I've mentioned it before, like, well, it's like either you have the job or you have the freedom. Either you have the job or you're broke, you know, but I don't think it's one or the other. I think there's a way to have it all. I really do. And now I don't know how that applies to me per se, but I do know it's out there. I know it's possible, but it's just like, I think I know I'm learning my worth. I'm learning my power. Like I need to have that confidence. I need to know, like, yeah, I deserve these good things because I work for them and I've done a lot, you know. I don't go out into the real world and say, I deserve that because you owe me. No, I don't have that mentality at all. I can work hard. I don't mind working hard. But, you know, to take this low-paying crap job where I get treated like asshole, I don't need that. And I know that I don't need that. And, you know, I would take a low-paying job and get treated good. Yeah, I'll do that. But I'm not going to get paid crap and then be miserable. I think life is too short for that. And I know this all seems kind of mixed up and, you know, like it doesn't make sense. But, no. You know, like, I just think that you need to know your worth, but you don't need to feel entitled. I don't think that's a good quality to have. And, you know, it's just like this, I've talked about it before, you know, just being people, like, just self-righteous people. I don't know where it came from. I don't know why it's like a theme, but nobody owes you anything. It doesn't matter who you are. And I'm going to get a lot of shit for that because, especially what's going on now. But, you know, either you're going to have to take responsibility or you're not. And you're going to just be a victim forever. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be a victim. But maybe somebody does. But I like to take responsibility. Yeah, there are some days, you know, I feel sorry for myself, and that's okay. You can pity yourself some days, especially if nobody's going to do it for you. You know, there's some days I sit in the closet and I just cry because I'm so confused and I'm so freaking lost. You know, and especially like right now, like I'm trying to be consistent. I'm trying to keep going. And, I'm starting to fall back into my old routine where I don't do anything and I'm not motivated, right? I was in such a big role. And now I'm kind of losing that. Why? Because of weather change and I don't like winter. But can I really, why would I want to lose all the progress so fast? I've come so far in just a short period of time. Why would I want to mess that up for myself? And I'm doing it to myself. It's not schoolwork. It's not nothing like that. It's me. I'm ruining it. And I can take ownership of that. But I don't know. It's just such a weird time. And then, I'm just so scared I don't know what's going to happen now. What happens now? And, I've talked about, you might not make it to my blog. It's a little thing, some stuff that I've written and things aren't perfect. And I didn't start all of this because I'm in a place to start it, right? I'm not mentally sound, I'm not crazy, but everything's not working out for me. I don't have some, secret to success because I don't even know what that is. I think this is all me just exploring that. And are there any other 33-year-olds out there completely lost? Maybe you're older and completely lost. It was so funny. I was watching this little video and this girl, I can't remember her name, she cracked me up. It's this Asian girl. And somebody made a comment. They're like, "Can you show us your room?" And she has this really thick Asian accent. And she's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll show you my room." And then she's showing her random. She's like, "I don't even know what this is. And this is my rack. And it has all my hoodies." And then she's like, "This is wallpaper. And it's bricks. The wallpaper is bricks." And then you can tell it's not aligned. And she's like, "This is the wallpaper. It's bricks. It's not aligned." She's like, "Much like my life." Man, I can totally relate to that. Yeah, my life's not aligned either. I don't get it. I don't know what to do. I'm so confused because I've told you I'm trying this new thing where I'm trying to follow my heart, listen to my heart. So what I do is in the morning, I'll give you some tips. I'm not going to promise you that they're working for me right now, but it's still something that I'm doing, and maybe being consistent, it'll work. But for right now, no change. But I will tell you, so if you're starting from ground zero, because I have no idea what I'm doing, I don't know if any of us really do, but in the morning time, I'll wake up. And they say, before you check in with the world, you check in with yourself. So that's what I do. When I wake up, no matter what wakes me up, maybe it's an alarm or I just wake up by myself, I'll sit there. And I'll kind of just say what are you feeling? Heart, what are you saying? What do you need? What can I do? And crickets. I just ask my heart, what are you feeling? What do you want? What do you want to share with me? What do you want to feel? Things like that. Yeah, nothing happens still. But I will tell you, my brain is always racing already. So when I'm trying to ask my heart what it wants, what it needs, or what my body needs, and I'm, we all have that wisdom inside of us, right? But I guess the wisdom is packed away in some closet where I put it in the corner and the closet is full of crap and I can't find it because I don't hear crap. I don't hear anything. So, except, my brain, it'll start racing. And so, this morning, I'll tell you exactly what happens to me. I wake up, and at first you feel so peaceful. You slept, or maybe you didn't sleep. I don't know. I haven't really slept well, but I still feel pretty good in the morning because I know I don't have to go to work. But I'll listen to my heart or try to say, what do you have to say? And my brain this morning was like, hey, remember that time, Armando, that's my boyfriend, remember that time you did that really messed up thing like a year ago? Remember that? Yeah. I think we should be mad about that right now. He's just like, hasn't done anything. He's been great. And he's just sleeping, looking all peaceful and beautiful. He didn't do anything. My brain's like, yeah, I think I want to be mad at him right now. And I'm like, wait, what? No, I just want to see, like, I want to start the day off great. You know, my brain's like, no, I don't know. I think we should really think about that for a while. And I'm like, no, I don't want to think about that. So then I try to clear it. And I'm like, no. So then I'll start over again. You know, I'll just sit there, like, take a breath, like, take some, like, 3 or 4 breaths. I say, like, even 5. But then, like, within those 5 breaths, I'm already distracted again. And it's so frustrating. And I'm just like, oh, my God. All I want to know is what to do. Like, all I want to do is listen. And, you know, I don't want to be mad about something that happened 2 years ago. So that's what it's like for me right now. That's what it's like, you know, starting my day out. And I just, it's just so frustrating because I know it's got to be simple or more simple than it's turning out to be because, and then I have another tip for you. So that's my first tip. You see it's going well. So give it a try. So then I have my other tip. I read it. I don't know where. Anyway, it just resonated with me. I read it, so I was like, I want to do that. So at night, no matter how your day played out, you'd be very, very grateful for your day. Like, and you kind of go through it, say, I'm grateful for this, that, whatever, kind of run through it. And then, you know, you tell yourself before you fall asleep that I'm going to really have a great day tomorrow. It's going to be beautiful. I'm going to love my day. And, hold on, I'm going to take a drink because, oh, God. So I started doing that. But the problem is, every time I do that, the next day seems to be, like, horrible, you know, like, and how terrible is that? Like, you know, I'm just like, thank you so much for this beautiful day. Thank you for this miracle of life. Thank you. And I'm truly like getting in this place of like true, authentic, very genuine gratitude. And then I say, tomorrow's going to be an amazing day. Okay. But then like tomorrow comes around. I shit you not. It's always like, God heard what I said, and he or she, whatever, you know, you want to, I swear, it's like, okay, you want to have a great day? Like, you're going to have to prove to me that you're not going to let people get to you, because I'm going to throw it at you. I promise you, it has happened every single time. So, like, I'm sitting in bed at night now, and I'll still do it. Not every night, but like I'll still do it and I'll be like shaking in fear, like, okay, God, it's gonna be a really great day tomorrow, right? It's like not confident at all because I want it to be a great day, but now I'm terrified because like the last time I did it, I guess it was like maybe Monday or something. So the thing about my boyfriend is he wakes up and he is always in an amazing mood. Like, he's just happy. He loves his work. You know, he just loves the day and he's just like ready to go. And I want to be like that. It's so awesome. Like, it makes me happy and it makes me want to be happy in the morning. And like, so I did this, you know, my God, it's going to be a great day tomorrow. I know it because I choose happiness. I choose to be happy and have a great day. You know, I was so confident. He wakes up, and on the rare occasion, he wakes up in the worst mood ever. What is he mad about? Everything. He's mad, but mostly he's mad that the closet is not, it's either, you know, it's just not working for him. Like, he doesn't like it. He doesn't like the closet right now. And I'm just like, okay, well, you know, should have got a bigger closet, but, you know, that's a, you know, a problem we can't fix now, but whatever. But He's mad about the closet. He's like, the sweater's messed up. And I don't know, like, who hung it up, but it's messed up. And now it makes me look like an asshole because the neck is all stretched out. And I'm like, I'm sorry, babe. And I'm like half asleep. And I'm like, did I do it? And like, I'm sorry, I'll get you a new sweater. Well, it's just on the floor because you can just throw it away now. And I'm like, I'm sure there's a way to fix that. I don't know. I'll look into it. But he was so mad about the sweater, so mad about the closet. Everything that normally, he's not like that. He's not that type of person. And I'm just like, I'm like, oh, wow, this is going to be a great day. And I was just like, oh, and my day wasn't ruined. It wasn't. But it was a little harder, It was a little harder to get the day started because I'd already been yelled at about a sweater. And I was just like, oh, God. I'm like, this isn't going to be the day I have because I just told God I was going to have a great day. That's what we agreed to. So, yeah, you might have a great day, but it's not going to come easily to you. So I'm still going to practice. I'm still going to like push through and see what happens. But it's just a weird time. It's a weird time. I'm trying to not fall back to my old routine. So I think doing this, talking to you here right now, was a good thing to do because this I would put on the back burner. So anything I want to put on a back burner, I'm going to bring it to the front and I'm going to make sure that I do something about it. And then, if I have any new tips that work or don't work, I'll let you know because right now those tips aren't working. But I guess I say it's not working, but, to check in with yourself in the morning and to realize that your mind is racing in those ways. Like, if there was a way to, kind of not fix it, but control it and not let it take over your life, then I think that's like a good start. So maybe there is something to it. But anyway, I think that's it for now. I really have to get to my homework. I've been putting it off, and I just really, really need to read this boring chapter. I can't wait to be back. Hopefully I'll get to do another episode next week earlier than Friday. I usually like to do it on Wednesdays. We'll see, though. We'll see how it starts working out. We'll figure it out. We'll see where this is going. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm going to just continue on this journey because when I work on the things and try to fix my life, then, maybe I can give you tips and it'll help you too. I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.